also Aduomi, are splitting and leaving the camp. And personally, as chairman of the party, I'm not comfortable. We should be able to bring them all back to the fold, the party's fold, so that come December 7th, there will be no surprises. We should be able to carry the Ejisu seat with ease, as against what we are going through this evening. So that's my next focus, to make sure that the party is reconciled amongst itself. That's what we are looking at.
So is it that you are going to the camp of Aduomi, try to convince him and his supporters to return to the NPP?
That is the only way out. You don't expect Aduomi to make overtures to us. You don't expect him to do that. So as chairman of the party, I'm going to take that mantle upon myself.
Looking at the people representing Mr. Aduomi here, it seems that he has aligned with the butterfly movement now. Don't you think it will be too difficult for him to retain?
It shouldn't be difficult. It's a matter of, are we going with the butterfly or we are going with the MPP? That's the question they should be asking themselves. And I'm sure they will fall naturally to the MPP.
Now, the issue that people are raising is that the voter album for the NPP is not credible. Is it that you superintend over another election to deal with the issues with the voter album or what?
The credibility of the album, that issue has not been brought to my attention yet. Because from the national, we don't get involved into the nitty-gritty details of the constituency albums. So if there's anything, we are now going to call for inquiry to find out where there are issues and try to rectify them.
With these issues in the party, it looks like the 2024 election will be a very difficult one for the New Patriotic Party. Aside the Ejisu constituency, what are you doing across the country to ensure that these issues do not repeat itself in the national election?
We have reconciliation committees at every constituency, at every region, and also at the national. We have reconciliation committees put in place for these purposes. So we will use this machinery to address all issues bordering on disputes and reconciliation before we get into the December general elections.
If there's any lesson that the NPP has learned under your leadership, what biggest lesson has the party learned?
There are always lessons to be learned, but unless can you also point out some of these lessons to me?
Well, I think fractures at the party's front is something that is very obvious.
Party front?
Well, I mean, the reason why people are even going independent, your own people going independent and what have you. My colleague even just mentioned the credibility of the voters album, even at the constituency level and what have you.
I cannot say that all the albums in all the constituencies are foolproof. I cannot stand here and vouch. But it's not widespread. It is not widespread. If you find one or two places where this thing is occurring, doesn't mean all the albums should be rejected and new albums to be recompiled. No, that's not a good.